I don't know if you guys saw, but this morning, one of my favorite sources, I think all of our favorite source, Sham Sharania, dropped a huge article on The Athletic discussing where the 76ers stand on Ben Simmons. And it appears, at least in my opinion, where like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I would have said that the Sixers are doing whatever it takes to, improve on Ben Simmons. They didn't want to sell when his stock and his value was at an all-time low. It seems like it's a foregone conclusion that next year Ben Simmons won't be on the Philadelphia 76ers. And that's as a result of this quote saying that sources say that teams that have engaged with the 76ers about Simmons have been met with a high price threshold for the three-time All-Star and that they want an All-Star caliber player in return. This is consistent with another report that we got like 2 weeks ago from Jason Dumas that said the same thing when the 76ers turned down Malcolm Brogdon and a first round pick for Ben Simmons. So what do you guys think of this? Do you think Ben Simmons is going to get traded? Who do you think can use Ben Simmons the most?
Can I make a point right before we jump into this? Is that I find it hilarious that Australia just beat us without Ben Simmons playing. He chose not to play. If he had been playing and played well and beat us, like the reaction, like he could have turned away around his public perception immediately. Literally, people would have been like, dude, Ben Simmons just crushed us. Like, oh man, he puts up a triple double, like 15, 10, and 10. And like suddenly the Sixers are going, yes, Ben, yes, get us our trade value. Yes. But instead, of course, he chose to focus, I think, very correctly on his own game. I think it's hilarious that we literally just lost to Australia without Ben, and he had the chance to be a part of beating us, and it would have just would have given him a nice dirty buzz publicly. Yeah, it would have been funny.
Is he focusing on his game though? Like, I don't mean to be.
Well, cynical, I mean that's what he says. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take his word for it.
He's yeah.
We don't understand why. Shouldn't take his word for it.
I understand. Yeah, I understand why you wouldn't.
He's been saying that for the past 4 years, bro. The past 4 years, this man was supposed to come into the NBA with his jump shot.
If I'm Ben Simmons, I'm creating a Twitch channel. Like, no, he already has Twitch. Whatever. I am just live streaming my shooting workouts every day on Twitch.
Hell no. Do you know the clips that would come from that? Hell no. I'm not doing that.
I'm just saying that would be some content.
Exactly why I wouldn't do it. Like, the internet would go crazy with those Ben Simmons clips.
Yeah,
I would love it.
I'm hoping he's really working on his game.
Yeah, so guys, we are capping off the giveaway to the first 40,000 subscribers that turn on our notifications for the Laced Up podcast. All you have to do to enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X is subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to do us a favor, leave a like on the pod and let me know in the comment section down below when it's done. You'll enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X.
I've maintained ever since the whatever happened during the NBA during the Eastern Conference Finals, the Eastern Conference semifinals. I maintained that the way that everything went down and the way everyone's reaction to Ben afterwards, it just seemed like he had to go at that point. And it's like, this really was, before any of this even happened, there was a ton of buzz where it was like, if this isn't the season with Embiid and Simmons, like maybe break them up, because it just hasn't been happening. And I don't think you could have possibly picked a worse way for Ben Simmons to like go out and play in that series. His free throw percentage was awful. His last game, he had that, the pass where that will never be forgotten, probably passing up that dunk. So I think that they will trade him, and I think that there are plenty of teams that are willing to trade for him. Now, they want an all-star caliber player in return. That to me is very interesting, because that removes the Warriors or any from consideration. And so instead we're looking at teams like the Blazers. Dame fans, I know, you're already hating on me for bringing up Dame in a trade, but we got the Blazers. We've got the Timberwolves with maybe D'Angelo Russell, which I also want to point out, some people are getting, all right, everyone needs to understand Ben Simmons' trade value is not like at the floor or anything. The man is going to get traded for a good package. Like, they turned down Malcolm Brogdon already. We saw that. Like, he's going, and teams are still actively interested. It wasn't like that turned away teams. That is telling. Once Malcolm Brogdon got turned down for Ben Simmons, and everyone is still very interested in making offers, that shows where his trade value is at, because teams are still trying to then one up that Brogdon offer because they know that that was already said no to. So I'm just saying Ben Simmons' trade value isn't as low as people are making it, because I'm seeing articles out here that are just straight up nuts and like disrespectful to Ben Simmons. People are trying to somehow say that the Timberwolves can acquire Ben without giving up either D'Angelo Russell or Anthony Edwards. They think that he's going to be traded for like Malik Beasley and some stuff. It's like, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so with Ben, you're not getting Dame. I can't believe you said that. You're not getting Dame for Ben in like no reality.
I didn't say that they're gonna get Dame. I'm just saying that that's like a name.
You were like, I'm sorry, Blazers fans.
I said I'm sorry, Blazers fans, for mentioning Dame, but
you didn't have to mention Dame. You did that on your own accord. They're not getting Dame.
I don't think it's I don't think it's the craziest.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The craziest trade for Ben, Maxey, and Thibault.
Yeah, like, no, I don't think it would be that type of trade. I think it would be more along the lines of Damian Lillard for Ben Simmons and like future first round picks like 3 or 4 years down the line that are like unprotected, that will like screw over, like very similar to what happened with the Clippers and Paul George and the OKC Thunder trade. I feel like that would be a trade that the Blazers would agree to, mainly because they would be better with that trade as opposed to just holding on to Dame.
That doesn't make sense, though. They're not going to be bad anytime soon. Like, I mean,
they're stuck in purgatory right now, bro.
But no, like, if you give the 76ers Dame and Embiid, we're counting rings. Like, they're not going to be bad anytime soon. Embiid's like, what, 27 years old? Like,
Dame's turns 31 tomorrow.
And he's going to be good for at least like 4 or 5 more years. Embiid's going to be good for probably like another 6 or 7 at least. Like, they're not going to be bad anytime soon. I'm not buying that.
I'm also not. I mean, Embiid could go down at any time.
Yeah.
He could, but if you're relying on that in a trade, like, you lost.
And
that's why I said Maxey and Thibault. And then also, probably first round picks.
Yeah, I'm saying like I think it is a trade that makes sense. I think it's a trade that like Daryl Morey would.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, I've been doing it a lot. I'm really sorry. But also for the Blazers, I think you want a younger asset than Ben Simmons. I mean,
that's fair.
With Ben, you're gonna have to win fairly soon. So if I'm them, I just want to go younger. I'd want a younger.
Would you rather them go with the Warriors package?
I don't know.
Because Dame is really hard. Like, it's like he's so valuable that it's like, what do you actually pull the trigger on? Like, Warriors package, like, that means you better hope, like, you better be believing that James Wiseman's a future all-star if you're trading that. And then if, like, there's been Knicks talks with RJ Barrett.
Well, if you get James Wiseman, then what do you do with Joel Embiid? You can't play them together.
No, I'm talking Dame for.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Sixers.
Yeah.
No. I mean the Warriors. If I were the Trailblazers, if I'm any team that is even remotely considering a rebuild, I would definitely hit up the Warriors immediately, because there are times where, like, a lot of times I feel like teams just look at potential trades as like backup plans or like not the most ideal scenario. But in the case of like Damian Lillard, I do think it's in the Blazers' best interest to move on from Damian Lillard for a trade package around like Wiseman, two lottery first round picks, and Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre. I think
and then you get what you can out of CJ too, and you're completely rebuilding. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.